Right now we are about a month into summer. I have had a really hard time trying to find jobs or anything to do with my time. I'm doing some research, which is awesome, being able to do field work and stuff like that. But for the most part, I have a lot of free time, and it can be a blessing and a curse because when you go to college, you're always really busy. You barely ever have free time, and then suddenly to switch from that to having so much free time over the summer, it's like, what do you do with all of that time? And so I feel like it's been hard for me to like be productive. And so I think that maybe trying to make some kind of capture of my experience and my just like cataloging the things that make me happy and the things that I'm interested in maybe will, encourage me to maybe be more productive or kind of explore things that make me happy, that kind of stuff. So I think in some ways my entire life has kind of just been a process of creativity and of creation. I think that that's one of the things that guides me the most in my life, other than my desire to explore. And I feel like consuming and creating are both like really important parts of the same coin. And right now I'm kind of in a space where I want to explore more of the creating side of things. I think that I'm also going to kind of recreate and restart a sketchbook for myself to inspire me. I feel like having the idea of having one specific theme or area of interest is really, I like the idea of that. Thanks for coming along for the journey, and we'll find out where this can go. Okay, I think it's been 2 hours since I filmed the first video, and I kind of sketched around for a little bit, and then I was inspired to create a larger piece. So this is what I ended up with. I can't really tell if it's supposed to go this way or this way. I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out, and I'm excited to be in the process of creating again. So in classic Grace fashion, I made this video all excited about my new art journey, and then I sped away for 9 days to Santa Cruz, and then LA, and then Yosemite. Makes sense. But we're back now and not planning on leaving town for another like 2 weeks or something. So we're gonna see what kind of crazy art shit we can get up to in that time. Hi. So I just went home for the night and I uncovered this painting that I did like when I was 14 or something. It was a commission, my very first commission for my grandma. She found the painting in some store and she did not want to spend money on it, and she decided to have me draw it for her instead. So I did, and for what it was, I think I did a good job. However, I think it's a horrible painting and I don't think it matches my style at all. And it's now hanging up in my parents' house, and I was like, I just don't want you having this in your house. So I asked them if I could paint over it, and that is going to be our goal for the next 2 weeks. So follow me along for that. Okay, I have it set up on my couch and I'm going to start painting. I really have the urge to preserve at least some of the old painting, but I think I'm just going to start adding color and see what happens. I'm gonna put up a time lapse for you guys to watch me.
Damn, I'm sure it's hungry.
The living rooms that give me a lot of options is what I got, and they were like drowning in blue paint, so not the best, but hopefully this will work.
Up on a scratch up that I stumbled on last Friday. I packed all my belongings, said bye to the homies. I kissed my brother on his head as niggas stashed up for me.
Okay, finally got some paint onto it, or some color onto it. This is just my idea so far. I really want to have this like scene of wildlife and the cycle of birth and death. So I wanted this decomposing rabbit with mushrooms growing out of it to kind of be the centerpiece of it. And I really like the idea of having this kind of be a larger moon that wraps around. So I think I'm gonna try to work into that. I mean, this is just like a little beginning of something, but I think it'll turn out pretty well. I've been painting this for about an hour now, and I'm really tired, but I like the progress so far, and I think I'm just gonna try to keep it up and hopefully incorporate the styles that I think are working for it so far, and try to highlight some parts of it that I like, and hopefully it will only get better. So updates to come. Day 2. Here she is. Let's go. Hi everybody, welcome to my computer tour. We're going to do a tour of my tabs on Google Chrome. First we have wild rabbit lying down. Then we have an image of a rabbit lying down. Google search rabbit anatomy. And Google search wild rabbit lying on side. So I forgot to film a time lapse, but I basically changed the positioning of the head, and then I'm working on the body right now. I think it's really important to show these check marks, because it shows how a product doesn't need to look fully finished while you're halfway through it, and it's okay for it to be messy and for you to change your mind. So here's just a glimpse of one of those check marks in the intermediate periods, and hopefully it gives a little bit of vulnerability to show other people that the process of art does not need to look super presentable all the time.
I made a grave mistake.
To spare you the details, I was trying to find some postage, and I actually discovered mold growing underneath my couch. So we had to make a quick pit stop to alleviate that.
It doesn't take a genius to realize it's really hard to dedicate oneself to an art practice. I think that from here on out, it's kind of going to be less of an expectation for myself to set specific boundaries and guidelines for my art, and more just a process of making the most out of my time and my exploration of my creativity. Maybe we'll see the way that this is created shift, or maybe it's just more of a mental shift and doesn't really get expressed within the ways in which this video is fashioned.
Going on the theme of the last video, here is a compilation of many things that I've created since the beginning of this summer and of this art process that I am pretty proud about. Kind of to push away the expectation to create things that are perfect or have an end to in sight or are super complicated. Just creating to create is super awesome, and here is an expression of that. And with that, I would like to end part 1 of this video, if for no reason other than just to put something out there. Thank you for watching this journey and joining me, and hopefully I will be around for part 2.